Hi, this is Joseph from Expert Quality Foundation. In this video, we are going to see a hot question on fractions. The topic is fractions, 7th standard CBSE mathematics. This HOTS question is based on the application on problem solving strategy taken from the exemplar problem in NCRT exemplar. Can you solve this problem? Let me explain this problem to you. This is found in the NCRT exemplar textbook. Kilona said that we have gone about 120 kilometers or 2/3 of the way to the campsite. How much farther do we have to go? Let me explain this problem to you in a simpler words. We start from the school to the campsite. After going about 120 kilometers, which is 2/3 of the way to the campsite, how much distance more should we travel to reach the campsite? That is the problem. You can pause this video. You can just pause the video if you want to give this problem a try. And after solving this problem, you can check whether what you have done is correct or not. Let us proceed to this problem. Let us proceed to solve this problem. First step is to understand and explore the problem. See, from the problem, what do you know? We know that 120 kilometers is about 2/3 of the total distance. Here the total distance is from the school to the campsite. So from the statement given in the problem, we know that we have traveled, we have come to 120 kilometers, which is about 2/3 of the total distance. That is what we know. Now the second step, we have to plan a strategy for this. In problem solving, first of all, we must find out what we know from this problem. The first step. The second step is to plan a strategy. First, we have to draw a diagram for this, showing the distance that Kilona has already gone and the fractional part it represents. It represents 2/3 of the total distance. So we draw a number line. Use a number line showing the distance, total distance as from the school to the campsite, as school is starting point, so we mark it as 0, and the campsite is the destination point, so the point we are going to reach, and so we mark it as 1. The other distances are fractional distances. Say, of the total distance, what is the fraction? Say 2/3. From the statement, we know that 2/3 of this distance, and then 1/3 of the distance, and so on. So 2/3 of the distance is known to us, that is 120 kilometers. So we represent this on a number line as given in this figure. Next, third step is to solve the problem. From the number line, we can solve the distance required. That is, see, we have divided this number line into three equal parts from the campsite. So you see 1/3, 2/3 and the campsite. So campsite is another 1/3. So if you move one more 1/3 distance, you will reach the campsite. So each 1/3 distance represents 60 kilometers, as you can see from the figure. See, 2/3 is 120. Half of that is another, you take half of it. It will be 60 kilometers. So 1/3 plus another 1/3, 60 plus 60 gives you 2/3, and therefore that is 120 kilometers. So another 1/3 kilometers has to be traveled. 1/3 distance has to be traveled. This is what we can infer from the figure. What we can conclude from this figure is that we have to travel another 1/3 distance of the total distance. 1/3 means it represents 1/3 from the number line represents 60 kilometers, and therefore plus another 60 kilometers. So the answer is we have to go 60 kilometers further to reach the campsite. The fourth step is to verify the solution. It is always a good strategy, it is always a good plan to verify the solution having solved the problem. This verification step is to find out whether we have solved it correctly or not, whether the answer is correct. The total distance 120 plus 60 is 180 kilometers, which means actually 120 is already traveled. Another 60 kilometers is to be traveled, so 180 kilometers. Since 2/3 of the total distance is denoted by x equals to 120 kilometers. So the equation 2/3 of x, 2/3x is equal to 120 represents this problem. By solving for x, we get x is equal to 180 kilometers. Thus, the solution is checked. So we get total distance is 180 kilometers. So it is verified that we have to go another 60 kilometers farther from the 2/3 point to the total distance to reach the campsite. Hence, the solution is verified. The answer is 60 kilometers further from the given point is the given answer. Thank you. Please subscribe to our channel, Expert Quality Foundation Online Learning. We welcome you. Thank you.